Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the T-Rex 550 DFC versus the 600 and why I chose the 550. I wanted a helicopter that was large, big, fast, and powerful. And the first initial thought was the T-Rex 600. But after doing some reviews and some reading, I decided that it might not be the best one for me. Now I don't have a 600, so all of the things that I'm saying about a 600, take it for a grain of salt. But this is my reason why I decided on the 550. Now, the 550 frame and the tail boom, compared to the 600, it's the same length. So there is really no comparison on that. The thickness of the frame and the canopy, actually, the canopy, I believe, is a little thicker on the 550, just on how it's set up. The 600 might be a little narrower through this area. And so it has the same tail, and it has the same gears, same head. You can see 600 here. So everything is roughly the same as the 600, but there are obviously differences. The one difference are the blades might be a little thicker and a little longer. It's about an inch longer. So there is about 2 finger lengths, and that's about it for the size, and that's how much difference it is. Now there is a big difference on the batteries. There's 12 cell versus 6 cells. And that was part of the reason why I wanted the big 12 cell 600, because of the big power and performance. But after I started researching it a little bit more, I decided that it might not be the right one for me. One thing is I like the convenience of just going out flying. If I have to worry about hooking up 2 batteries and charging them, I have a big nice charger, but still checking the batteries, making sure they're balanced, and just carrying 2 more batteries, I don't know, it just seemed a little cumbersome. Plus, on the 600, it takes a BEC, and so you need an additional battery up here. So then you have to check that battery every time that you go flying. So, and that's just another thing. On this helicopter, you just have 1 battery, and the speed control, ESC, and the BEC is all in 1 unit. So that's nice. You just plug 1 battery in, and you go flying. But the drawback to this setup is that if the ESC malfunctions, it could burn up. The whole helicopter could fall out of the sky. So having a redundancy, having a extra BEC inside there is a nice redundancy to have. But other than that, there's another reason why I decided for the 550 is there's 2 batteries. And there is a big weight difference too. I don't know necessarily on how much of a weight difference, but obviously the 600 has the 12 cell. It has more power, but the 550 has less power, but it's a tad lighter because it has 1 less battery. So therefore, it should be a little bit more agile and more maneuverable. But then again, I don't know for sure because I don't have 2 of them. But that's kind of what I decided on that. And another thing is when you're going to crash, most likely you're going to crash a helicopter. It's just a matter of time. You know, either if it's going to be a malfunction, or it's just not your day, or the lighting's bad, or something happens, you're going to crash. And the 2 helicopters are relatively the same price. The 600 is a little bit more, but within a couple $100, it's about the same. So why not go with the 600? Well, there's another reason too, is that the blades cost maybe we'll say $10 more. Let's say the frame costs another $10. An extra battery for your radio system costs an extra, say, $10. And a few other parts cost an extra $10. So that starts adding up. You may be looking at another, just say, approximately $60 for that. That starts adding up after a while. It doesn't seem like a lot for $10 here, $10 there, but it starts adding up. And another thing too is It comes with the servos. The servos are exactly the same as the 600. In the kit, they come with plastic servo arms, which is nice because if you do crash, the servo arms, plastic ones, should just break off. And in the 600 kit, they come with metal arms, and those could actually break the servo, or you have to repair the servo more than just replacing the horns. So that was one other thing that it led me to that. And another thing is this swash plate. It has a mechanism for your elevator. So there's a whole nother mechanism in here, and I didn't like that. I like the simplicity of the 550 where it's just, let's see, move this over here. The simplicity of having all three servos lining up, and there's really no linkages. And then with that, you have to adjust the linkages when you're setting it up. But once you get it adjusted, it would be fine. But if you crash or something, then you have to readjust it, and I don't like all those linkages. So this makes it nice and simple. I like that about this. Yes, and then inside here, where this linkages would be on the 600, there's also bearings inside there, and that's another thing that could go out on a helicopter. I know it's probably very slim that it would. You'd probably crash before they would go out, but that's another thing. Another item that I liked about the 550 versus the 600 is the battery sizes. The battery sizes is 550 would go more with the 700, and the 500 would go more with the 600. So I'm thinking about maybe eventually someday down the road getting a 700, so my 550 batteries would work well in the 700. And one thing I did like about these is that they're big batteries. I just like the big look of the battery. It might sound kind of dumb, but I like the big, large look. If I got the 600, they come with maybe 3,300 milliamp batteries, 6L. This is a 5,200 milliamp battery. And it would be roughly maybe about that much smaller. So it would cut off a good little chunk, which is not bad, but for convenience, I like that, just having one battery on that. One thing I did like about the 600, which I wish they would implement in the 550, is that the motor up on top of the pinion, up on top where the gear is, there's another bearing up there, and that just helps for more support up there. I like that. I like that look. But overall, what I'll tell you about the helicopter is the reason why I got it. It still has a lot of spunk. It's just a tad smaller. It takes one less battery. The performance, it might not be as powerful as a 12 cell, but because it decreases the weight, it has still a lot of performance in that. So that's one of the reasons why. It's just the ease of charging one battery. I don't have to have a battery tray inside here. That's just, more things can break. If I have two batteries, trying to charge two batteries, if I like going out to the soccer fields to fly, I'll, instead of taking one battery or one large battery, I have to take two small batteries and put them in my pockets or whatever. So that's just a couple of things why I decided on the 550. Do I wish I would have a 600? Yes, I do, but maybe eventually I will, but maybe I'll go up and get the 700 first and then come back down to the 600. You know how this sport is. It's you always have to be getting more and more. So, but that kind of wraps up this subject for today. I hope it kind of helps explain any questions that you have. I know it's a hot topic. Some people will say, no, I should have went with the 600, but this is why, and this is how I justified why I wanted the 550 over the 600. It is agile and it's fast and it is powerful. Maybe not as powerful as the 600, but for convenience factor, for the ease of fixing it, for the simplicity, and to have a large helicopter, it's not a bad helicopter at all. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.